I think for a long time, we've seen too many weak men around, right? We've seen a lot of weakness in men. We've seen the decline of men over the years, right? And, you get grossed out or like you see it in yourself and you want to change or, you know what I mean? Like you see how it's affecting the world and so on, so, right? And what happened is people are starting to see it more and more that men are weak. So in response to seeing how weak men have become, men now have went to the other end. Now the men are starting to be alpha bros. And what they're not realizing is that that's still beta because now you got your chest out. How do I know that? I was one of them. I was one of them ends walking around all hefty, thinking like, I'm the man. I ain't no weak beta. And I'm just a weak beta. Men are now these alphas, and then they're thinking that they're doing something special and that they're God's gift to earth and women better obey. And they're just beta too. And they're walking around here demanding to be obeyed. And that's just as bad as the men that are weak sauce. It's just as bad. You're just on the other extreme of it. And yeah, there may be some good that comes from it, like some truth being spoken from these people. Truth being spoken, like men need to be strong, men need to be more traditional, men need to put their foot down. Truth can still come from it, but is just a bad example of what manhood looks like. But I'm not mad about it either, because like I said, it has some truth. But you don't now want to start identifying with that. So I want to just give a few tips, in my opinion, that I have realized in myself and what I have realized that is working for me. First things first, don't look for no love. The alpha bros are so alpha, but yet they're still chasing women. How you alpha chasing women? You ain't no alpha bro. How you alpha chasing women around, telling women they better obey you, but yet you're still chasing them? That's not alpha, that's beta. Don't look for no love. Let it kind of just be happen on its own. Let it just be what it needs to be when it needs to be, right? Let it happen naturally. That's number one. Number two, when it does happen naturally and you find a decent person and you find something good, keep in mind it can still be taken away. So don't think now because you found something that we got it now. No. Don't think just because you found something that's it. No, not how it works either. It can very much be taken away if you ain't acting right. I know this from experience. I ain't just making this up. Just because it's the right situation, just because it happened naturally, doesn't now mean that it's perfect and you guys are gonna make it to the end. It's not that simple, meaning that you still gotta work on yourself, you still gotta check yourself, you still gotta blah, blah, blah. And with that being said, that it can still be taken away from you, I'm gonna share with you guys how you can avoid what I couldn't avoid, which was it being taken away from me. Had something good and it was taken away. And this was a while ago. You gotta remember this and really understand this. I'm telling you, you will only meet one and you'll marry that one. And if you continue to work on yourself and she works on herself, it'll work. But you gotta remember this, that men set the benchmark. What does that mean? Is that if you walk around all day criticizing your wife or your girlfriend, they're gonna criticize you. If you walk around all day judging your wife or your girlfriend, they're gonna judge you. If you walk around showing love to your wife or your girlfriend, they will show love to you. That is so key. I don't even know what to tell you. If you show love, you will receive love. If you judge, you will be judged. What you give is what you'll get back in return. And men set that benchmark. Men start that off. She's looking to you to see how you're going to treat her. If you show her love, she will show you love in return. So a lot of men will be mad that the woman is not obeying. One part of it, I'm on your side to where I'm like, sometimes, women who are blind, women who can't see, women who are stuck in their ways, yeah, they're not going to obey. But also, women aren't going to obey no beta. And a lot of the times guys walk around thinking like, well, she's just not obeying because this. It could also be that you're just a beta and you're walking around trying to tell people what to do and how they better obey you and you're God's gift to earth and you the man and If you show love, you receive love. Now, mind you, a woman should obey in general, right? Her husband, even if he's missing the mark. Even if he's missing the mark, a woman should obey her husband anyway, because that's her duty, is to do her part, right? But at the same time, you got to remember, she can only handle so much. So if you're constantly walking around criticizing and judging and not being of love and being beta, it's going to take its toll. Because would you love God was walking around talking about how evil you are at all times? I mean, what if God walk around like, look at you, evil boy. You so evil. What if God walk around saying you so evil all the time? Or what if God was walking around telling you, you better obey me or else I see you reaching for that candy bar. I see you reaching for that liquor. Eventually, you're going to be like, I can't. This is too hard. I can't live like this. I need to. And that's what Christians do, right? And that's when people end up leaving the church and don't want to be a Christian because that's the type of energy. No, that's not how God approaches this. And it doesn't mean that in the right moment you speak up and say certain things. But you ain't supposed to walk around criticizing and calling people out and judging. If you're doing right, they gonna be doing right. They're gonna see it in you and they're gonna want to do right too. So don't be walking around talking about obey me. If I was the girl, I wish a guy would come around me talking about some, will you obey me? I say, and who are you? Talking about will I obey you? I don't know you. That's how women should be responding to guys who just be talking around. Right out the first date, will you obey me? Who are you? I don't know you. You can be a killer. I don't know you. Talking about some, will you obey me? Nope, that's a red flag right there. If he say that right out the gate, red flag. Bye. Now, if it comes up, you guys are just casually talking, which I don't even think it needs to come up on the first date. But let's just say you guys are just casually talking and it comes up in the right way, like humbly, not in this way like it's a test, then that's fine. But you shouldn't go in with no plan talking about something, will you obey? It ain't gonna work and you the problem. It ain't just the ladies out here, these alpha bros out here as well acting up.